Well, guys. You wonder what series I'll be bringing back? This is the one I've wanted to continue for a long time. Ever since I was having problems with live streams. Well, you mean that, and welcome. My name is Yuusha Anime. Welcome to the Fruit of Grisaia. I believe this is part 8 or part 9. I'm not exactly sure. I know I live streamed last episode a while back. And I know it was a while ago. However, I am about to move on to the next part, guys. So we're about to dive in. So, guys. Ikimashoka. During my middle school days in America, I got a number of strange nicknames from my classmates. Mainly because none of them could be bothered to remember a Japanese name. On the predictable side, there was a Jap and Shorty. My family was named Kazumi, got abbreviated to Kiz as well. I guess that sounds like a nickname. However, among my numerous nicknames, the only one that stuck out through basic training was Gar. Short for garbage eater. Oh. It's not that I had a reputation for dumpster diving. It was a reference to my tolerance for shitty food. Ah. As to how I earned it, the story is very simple. The KP made a slop unfit for pigs, and I ate it without grimacing. 3 dried scrambled eggs, pork and beans made from scraps of ham, bread with peanut butter, ooh, and ridiculously stringy mysterious mystery meat were the staples. Every one of them had a weird chemical aftertaste. And they were all disgusting. Rumour had it that the secret sauce was gasoline. Oh, God. As for the chocolate cake we got for dessert, it was more commonly and accurately described as a dessert. The cake was legendary for being inedible. No matter how starved you were, it would end up stuck in your throat as well as a dry lump. But I ate it, and all the rest without complaining. Probably because I was living rough from a young age. I've never been what you'd call a picky eater. To put it simply, as long as my belly was full and my body was getting what it needed, the taste wasn't a concern. So even those 3 torturous meals a day didn't inspire any serious complaints from me. But the people around me must have thought I was some sort of freak. And after a while my nickname became Garbage Eater, then eventually just Gar. Hey Gar, just how shitty a cook was your mom? I had a set response to this one. My mum didn't cook much. She was too busy screwing your dad's brains out. Brutal. I like it. As far as my jokes go, I thought it was kind of witty, but that line didn't get that many laughs. I guess my delivery was a bit too stony. Well, he's not one to pull back punches, Yuji. Well then, what should I do for dinner? I didn't particularly feel a desire to eat, but if you don't take meals at 3 regular times a day, it throws off your body's clock and leaves you more susceptible to fatigue. Yeah, mine does that a lot because I eat at very irregular times at a second. To tell the truth, I view my meals as nothing more than an element of maintaining my physical condition. As long as I'm getting sufficient nourishment, that I'm not that caught up on when or what I eat. When I spend any effort considering things like that, all I end up thinking about is how much of a pain in the arse it's going to be to make something. And eventually the act of eating itself starts to feel like a nuisance. My normal pattern is just to throw something together from my supply of canned and dried food. Uh-oh. 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 Well, this is my room. Amane barges in like she owns the place, no longer even bothering to knock. But I'm already getting used to it, I guess. Wow, I'm becoming a tolerant bastard. Probably because I've experienced a lot of emergency summons, it didn't get to me that much in the first place. Ah. Oh, I remember where I am now. As she speaks, I notice that Amane is holding a plate piled with crab legs in her hand. What the hell is going on? Sorry about that, guys. I do recall such an event. I also recall responding if I'm in the mood. No, I'd definitely be there. Yes, but I said that you and Makina should go ahead and eat if I didn't show up on time. No. Not really.
殻を剥いて食べるのがめんどくさいでしょ。マキナも同じこと言うのよね。剥いてあげれば食べるくせにさ。剥いてあげれば。
Of course, after I cracked it all, okay.
これぞザッツカニパンでしょとか言いながらパンに挟んで食べるのよ。基本的に物の価値が分かっていないっていうか、挙句には言うにこと書いてかまぼこの方がうめえなって失礼しちゃうよ。
How rude of the bitch. Probably just means that Machina places more importance on how easy it is to eat. Honestly, I think I'd go for crab paste over crab myself.
何よ、張り合いのない子たちね。
Oh wow, thanks.
世の中には食べたくても食べられない子がたくさんいるのよ。
I was one of them, thank you. That's certainly true.
分かったのなら文句を言わず食べなさい。腹向いてあげるから。
Look, I wasn't really complaining, and I can take care of the shell on my own.
っていうか、私が来なかったら何を食べるつもりだったの？へえ、ご飯は炊いてあるんだ。でもこれいつ炊いたの？なんかカチカチ。
Hey, hands off! Amane's wandered off into my kitchen and is examining things as she pleases. Why is she touching all my stuff? After confirming the contents of my mess kit cooker, she opens the door to my refrigerator and starts taking stock of my supplies.
食べかけの缶詰の残りと魚肉ソーセージとマヨネーズにレタスとチンゲン菜。何これ？たくあんの缶詰？
And pickle radish?
こんなのどこで売ってるのよ。っていうか、いつ開けたの？
That's a good question. I opened it at lunch. Get off my back. Why is it that this feels strangely embarrassing? It's not like I have anything troublesome in the fridge. In the first place, where did she get off calling canned radish this thing? It's well known among canned food connoisseurs as almost decent and pretty much edible. Is this woman looking down on the brave men and women who have gained courage from canned food throughout the years? I don't know. Not gonna answer. As I silently burn with the righteous indignation, Amane brazenly starts running tap water into my rice cooker. Hey, what do you think you're doing?
だってこのままじゃご飯がカチカチだし、一回水で戻すのよ。
I don't care if it's hard. Wow, that's one statement that can be taken out of context. Probably because I'm used to eating canned stuff that comes out arid and stiff as a wax candle. I'm pretty tolerant of tough food. He's got to have some strong teeth.
2つしかないけど使っちゃっていい？
I don't care, but what are you planning?
カニチャーハン作ってあげる。あんたはおとなしく座って待ってなさいな。
I guess I'll be quiet then. Well, I suppose pretty much anyone can handle fried rice, especially for a woman. The somewhat prejudiced assumption is that you'll have a basic skill like that. Yeah, presumptions and stereotypes are mean, but if they do happen, they do happen. Fact is, out of all the women I've met so far, the only one who couldn't make edible fried rice was my master. Oh. Still, I can't quite hide a certain anxiety. Not that Amani is paying any attention. Humming to herself as she cracks open the eggs. After shaking salt and pepper onto the eggs, she mixes in the lightly rinsed rice. Then adds a bit of crab meat, only about half of what she bought, and finely chopped radish. She heats a frying pan coated with mayonnaise rather than oil, adds the lettuce and spinach she plundered from my fridge, and throws in the rice mixture according to her own timing. Sticking the back of her ladle into the mix, she vigorously clatters it around the frying pan, messy stir-frying the food. When Amane decides it's done, she uses the bowl as a mould to form the fried rice into a perfect hemisphere, then tosses it onto the plate. Oh, for God's sake, Vito. This wouldn't look out of place in a Chinese restaurant. And the finishing touch. Okay. Dressing the leftover crab meat with the mustard and mayo, she drops it with a thud on top of the heap of fried rice on the plate. So she says, but it hasn't been even 10 minutes since Amani started to cook. The imposing pile of steaming fried rice on my plate looks pretty damn impressive for something cobbled together out of leftovers, and in such a short time. Bloody hell, what are they doing? Sorry, my brother's running around and everyone's chasing him and he's turning on a freaking stereo as well. which is really, really frustrating. By the way, don't you have a bigger table? Oh yeah. Not necessary. I've got what I need. Table is a small coffee table. One that's actually dragged out of some storeroom as a stopgap measure. And a frying pan and what tableware I have are things I picked out carelessly at local 100 yen and hardware stores. But since I'm living alone, it's all perfectly adequate. No point in getting more dishes when I'm only eating off one. Just means more things to wash. Noticing something as she speaks, Amane returns to the kitchen and starts to rustle through a plastic bag in the corner. Yeah. I've been throwing empty cool oolong tea bottles in that bag. And before I knew it, I had something of a pile, but I was uncertain about the timing to throw them out. Oh, thanks. With well-practiced movements, she peels off the labels, removes the caps, and skillfully cuts off their plastic rings with the tip of a kitchen knife. Finally, she lightly rinsed the bottle themselves with tap water. Judged from the smooth motion of her hand, she's repeated this often enough to gain the mastery of an assembly line worker. Clearly, she's something of an eco-friendly woman. Okay. No, I can take care of that much myself. Sorry for the hassle. Not a problem, I need to show off my talent. Oh. I am so sorry about the shouting, it's so frustrating to hear. With a quick goodbye, Amane heads out of the room, not waiting for my impressions of the crab fried rice. I had the idea that a busybody woman like her would be more likely to hang over my shoulder pestering me for compliments, but she just popped in all of a sudden, cooked for me in a flash, and then just left us quickly. It might be the influence of dealing with that whimsical machina all the time. Probably. Let's see. Unfortunately, I don't have a Chinese spoon in this room, so I'll have to make do with the standard Western variety. I jab my spoon into the mountain of steaming fried rice and quickly throw some into my mouth. Not bad at all. Even someone as disinterested in food as me can tell when something tastes good. The salt seasoning feels a bit thin, but this is probably how it should be if you're thinking about healthy sodium intake. Although it would be insulting to compare this to the crap my master made. It's also different from the stuff you'd get at a high-priced Chinese restaurant. It tastes like your standard fried rice. What's with this flavour? When I was living alone with my mother as a child, I remember eating fried rice that tasted like this. After finishing her day job, my mother would make me dinner before her night shift started. In the last week of the month before her paychecks came in, it would often be a pretty plain meal of fried rice. When all she could put on the table was fried rice with a bit of a pink fish paste added. She would apologise as I ate, and I'm sorry, this is all we've got. Unlike the fried rice Amane just made, there was never anything extravagant like crab thrown in. And Amani's cooking skills seem to be better as well. So why is it that they taste similar? Where's this slight melancholy coming from? Well, it doesn't matter as long as it's good. When I was a kid, anything I ate tasted good. That part of me hasn't changed too much. Okay, so we're on the 10th of June? It's very dangerous to jump to conclusions about someone. When you make a judgment without sufficient information, you're going to be at least slightly off. Whether that's an over or underestimation, it clouds your perception and often comes back to bite you in the end. Oh yes. My employer is exactly the sort of organisation that lives and dies by gathering accurate intelligence, and I heard a lot, about its importance from my acid-tongued master as well. Therefore, I make conscious effort not to label others prematurely. There we go. And it's Michiru, oh god. She's drinking milk, isn't she? She is. Oh, it's sour. Sour milk? That said, every time this Mashima Michiru girl enters my field of vision, I find myself dying to stick exactly such a mental label on her. Yeah, Michiru. Hello. I've been standing in front of you for a while now. Why are you acting like you've just noticed?
んだから。あんたなんか目に入らなかったのよ。眼中になかったの。視界不良だったの。わかる？
Okay. I see. Understood, but that utter lack of awareness might cost you your life someday. Please make sure to look both ways for cars before you cross the road. Wow. I offered an appropriate warning given your actions. Why the verbal abuse? Hey! Misha vigorously throws the empty paper carton she was holding at me. Flying into a fit of rage just because someone tells you something you don't want to hear isn't a good habit. Judging that I don't have a foothold in this conversation, I pick up the garbage Michiru hurled at me and temporarily withdraw from the scene. Well, that was new. 100% vitamin C drink. Reading out the description printed on the carton, I tilt my head in amusement. I've seen plenty of 100% fruit juice drinks, but this is a new one. The parent company of this manufacturer is a pharmaceutical corporation. Maybe it's some sort of undiluted vitamin solution used in beauty products? Maybe. Or maybe it's not meant literally, and they're just exaggerating to play at the fact that it's packed full of the stuff. That could also be it. Either way, it's a soft drink that emphasises its vitamin C content above all else. Which means that it's probably incredibly sour and acidic. It must be tortured to drink unless you've got a pretty strong tolerance for that sort of thing. I have a good tolerance to those drinks, so why was she drinking this stuff? From the look on her face, I don't think it was out of fondness for the taste. Some kind of self-flagellation? Really? Self-flagellation? Or maybe... Oh, hello Yumiko. You're not going to try and kill me, are you? Interrupting my thoughts, Sakaki stares at me suspiciously. Yeah, if it isn't you mean. Yes. Calm down. If you lose your sense of humour, you won't be able to live a fun life. Huh? I see. In that case, it wasn't a nickname. Slip of the tongue. Happy now? I'm such an arsehole. Aggravated as I may be, Sakaki nonetheless approaches me. This is an empty soft drink carton. That blonde girl was drinking it earlier. I have a hobby of collecting 100% juice drinks. Is collecting this sort of thing as evil a hobby as that scowl implies? I'm interested. Please explain in detail. Yeah, what habit do you think I have? Do you think I'm gonna, like, have my way with the carton? Oh? For some reason, Sakaki is trembling with anger. Seems I still can't anticipate what would trigger this woman's wrath. Well, she remembers the terrible face. Right, I wanted to ask about that. Why is she drinking something she so plainly hates? Did she lose a bet? Is she being bullied? Was she placed under a malevolent spell? Nah. I say everything under the sun. Alright, so correct me. Okay. And yet I'm pretty sure you knew this was Michiru's carton before you asked. Yep. I'm just specific. I was just trying to explore an apparent logical inconsistency. Yep. The wrinkles in Sakaki's forehead grow deeper and her glare sharper. Apparently there were some logical inconsistencies best left unexplored when she's around. Specifically those concerning her contrary personality. Yeah. Maybe? Now that you mention it, seems like she's always carrying those Ramune candies around. It's all coincidence, Yumiko. Are you interested in knowing whether I'm interested in Michiru? Okay. With an extremely displeased expression, Yumiko leaves the room. Oh, she just left. So, that's who bye. All that. Really? Is that it? Okay, a bit odd. But okay. There sure are a lot of troublesome girls in this place. You ain't kidding anybody, Yuji. After spending a little time sharing a dorm with them, it's pretty obvious that everyone in this place has a few screws loose, and probably a few skeletons in the closet as well. Well, he isn't lying there. Amane and Sakake aren't easy to deal with in the first place, and there seems to be more to them than they're letting on. Okay. What do you mean? The same is probably true for Makina and Sachi. That said, when it comes to that bottle blonde girl, no matter how many times I try to look below the surface, I keep hitting rock bottom right away if she's got any hidden depths. They're very well hidden. In other words, I got persistent suspicion that she's an idiot. Oh wow. You are such a gentleman, Yuji. Still, it's too early to label her. I should bide my time, sorry, and get a better idea of her personality before reaching any conclusions. Sounds like reason enough. But seriously now. People. Okay. What are you doing? Yep. I'm not spying. I'm not spying on you, I just happen to be here. But even outside, are you drawing a character for person on your hand? That's pretty stale superstition. Oh wow, okay. Heartburn and indigestion? Sure, might come in handy sometime. What type of spell is this? You're not kidding there. Okay, I thought the drawing on your hand thing was supposed to calm you down before a big public speech or whatever. Since when did it become a replacement to azulene sulfonate sodium? He's got a point. Wow, okay. You're pretty cruel, Sachi. Yes, she is. Never mind. She doesn't realise. Hey! I'm going to go through this bit next, and that's going to end off the video, guys, so... Yep. Here we go. Oh no! It's past the expiration date. Wow, that's over a month. Uh-oh. Ooh, ouch. Oh, she didn't look at the year. 2011.
そうです。あ、じゃあそれ、その表示ってその。ええ、そうよ。ここに書いてある。賞味期限2012年5月ってね。あと11ヶ月先なの。
Whoops.
だから賞味期限切れてるとか言いがかりなの。なのに夕飯の準備しなきゃ。あまねも悪かったわね。
That was such a bitch move.
なんでこれ。人にしょうもない勘違いで疑いをかけたことについて謝罪しろ。
Chase after her.
逃げやがった。
Am I here? Yo.
ユージ君、見てた？
Yeah. Ever since your polite greeting of Ga towards your classmate.
あの子を何度も相手にしてたらそういう反応になるでしょ。
I think I can see where you're coming from. Yeah, it's kind of understandable why she would anyway. Pile enough of these cases together and I can't help but bring my deadline for conclusion forward. One day the topic of... Okay, I'm going to end it here, guys. This feels like a really good place to end this off. I've actually enjoyed this part so far. And it looks like the bit about this idiot girl fake tsundere. I don't know how big the Fruit Grisaia game is. I have no idea. So I can't say how long I'll be playing this game. But I'll be playing it from now on this date, guys. If I'm lucky, I might even be able to do a double upload of the Fruit Grisaia. Because I've been waiting to play the game for a long time. So hopefully I can actually get that going and actually have every day with a video. But I will warn you guys, when it comes to the time I'm moving to university, that will become a bit difficult at first. So be ready for some possible delays in over a month's time if that does happen. But I'm going to end this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you want any more from me. And I shall see you in the next video. So much, guys. I will indeed see you next time. Oh, well, I've waited for this game for quite a while just to play it. Woohoo!